Okay, so very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Physics for Students. My name is Shounak, and this is a channel where we continue exploring thoughts and ideas related to physics, mathematics, and try to explore various other things related to science and quantum mechanics. So I hope I am audible right now. You are able to hear me. So today we are going to go a little bit back into the history. And as we all know, that history of various subjects are very interesting because without knowing the history, we cannot know our present. So this history is about the birth of quantum mechanics, how quantum mechanics was born, the way we think that it is because of black body radiation and Max Planck's discoveries. Yes, I'm not saying that they are not true, but what is most important is that we need to go back a little bit even further than that. And I would like to start today's session with a saying that which is called behind every successful man, there is a woman. Behind every successful man, there is a woman. And I would say behind every successful discovery, there is a business person. So just like, yeah, good evening, Vishnu. Just like behind every successful man, there is a woman. Behind every successful invention, there is a business person. And we are going to talk about Solvay conference and who were the people and how quantum mechanics was first found out. So let us begin this interesting session today. I hope you will like it and request everyone to keep on saying me a kind of a yes or how you're enjoying today's discussion. So you see, even you go today that this is a company called, yeah, Rudrasi, a very namaskar to you. So you see, this Solvay conference is basically devoted, just like Nobel Prize, this is devoted to outstanding, preeminent, open problems to discuss on physics and mathematics, chemistry. Yeah, Sandipan Hazra, very well, warm welcome to this session. And I received your comments. I hope that I can live up to your expectation and you're enjoying this journey. So just like Nobel Prize Committee used to discover and give prizes to the best kind of a Manan Sharma. Yes, Manan Sharma. Namaskar. So just like Nobel Prize Committee discovers and provides money and honor to the noted discoveries, Solvay Conference is actually being made in order to discuss certain open problems in physics and chemistry. From Ottawa, yeah, hi, very warm welcome. I hope that you are enjoying the snow. So this actually began with the foundation of Solvay Conference in 1911. As you see that these are basically some of the important points. So initially there was a conference which we will discuss in 1911, and it was organized by International Solvay Institute for Physics and Chemistry, and then the other conferences slowly took place. Sumi uh, Vili Vilimparambil. Okay, I'm so sorry if I'm not pronouncing. Hello, Sunil, Sumi. So this was actually organized. So that is basically the foundation of Solvay conference held in Belgium. And Ernst Solvay was basically the founder of this company. Remember, we are talking about a company. We are not talking about physics, chemistry. It actually came later. But first, it was a company which is formed. Now, who was Ernest Solvay? Here you can see some points. I don't want to go through that. He was born in Rebec and he had a problem called acute pleurisy from going to university. He worked under his uncle's Rig Biswas. Good evening. Yeah, very good evening. And so he worked under his uncle's chemical factory. In 1861, he, along with his brother Alfred Solvay, actually developed ammonia soda process for the manufacturing of soda ash from brine and limestone. If you are really in front of the internet, just go in Google and type out what is Solvay or Solvay company. You will get to know that these are basically production houses and companies for soda ash, brine, and limestone. So he founded that company, and it is the first factory in 1863, and then it got reputation, so it developed in various other countries like United States, Russia, Germany, etc. Today, about 70 Solvay processes are there, And as you see, in 1911, it first started the Solvay conference. I remember the Solvay from manufacturing process in chemistry. Absolutely. Manan Sharma has got the bullseye. You're absolutely right. So here you see that this is basically he never actually found thought of finding planning a Solvay conference. He was actually fired by his own uncle. His first job was at gasworks with his uncle, but his political views combining liberalism and socialism declared that the society is obligated to strive for social justice. And he was an enthusiastic mountain climber, and he supported Marie Curie's research. Okay, so how now we understood that he was basically a patron of science and mathematics, etc. I mean to say, as you understand, a person who has got a lot of money, they can spend it drinking, with going around with girls and doing all those foul things. But this is a person who thought that, okay, let me do something for the physics and chemistry. So just like behind every successful man, there is a woman. Behind my success is my wife. So behind every successful invention, there is a business person. So how the creation was done. So let us look quickly onto that. So here you see that Solvay is basically a kind of a science company whose technologies were basically benefiting the daily life. So materials, chemicals, as Manan has told, that water and air treatment, etc., were done. So brothers were Alfred Solvay and Ernest Solvay. Okay, so they were around 23 and 25 years old, and they founded the company in 1863. Remember, much back. And the brothers are depicted here. You can see in the photograph. So Solvay actually pioneered the heavy chemical industry in numerous countries, and they were the first in the US to manufacture soda ash, which was located in a town that would eventually named after Solvay as Edward Honan. So this was basically a kind of a history of how Solvay was found. Now here you see Ernest Solvay was so much interested. I just wanted to tell, are you enjoying this? I mean to say, you can just tell me yes or no, because I really want to know. Is it going okay? Are you, I mean to say, am I not going too fast, too slow, right? You're there with me. You can just tell me yes or no in the chat box. So Ernest Solvay called science as his fifth child. Okay, so he devoted time to endow scientific learning, and he found out several institutes, say for example, physiology, business school, sociology. Okay, so these were actually the kind of a finding. So it showed that he actually loved science very much. Now, here you see a series of councils bringing together. So, Ernest Solvay, because he cherished the physics most, he founded in Brussels a kind of a council around 1922, and institutes have been, bringing brilliant physicists like Einstein, Marie Curie, Langevin, Nernst, etc. We will soon see onto that. Okay, now we come to this first Solvay conference. Now, this is important in our understanding of history. Okay, can you just tell me yes or no? Is it going all okay, or should I go a little bit slow? Sandipan Hazra, Rick, I mean to say, those who are watching this right now, you can just tell me in the chat box so that I can understand. His Highness is telling a thumbs up, so I take it. So others, how is it? Is it okay, or I will go a little bit slow, or is it fine? The space is okay. I'm waiting for your reaction. Okay, for perfect, right. So now you see the first Solvay conference is very important in history in our understanding. Thank you, Rick. In our understanding of what we called is the foundation of quantum mechanics. So let us look into that. Now here you see the first Solvay conference. This is actually, and it seems so, okay, thank you, Sumi. So it seems so, fascinating. I always get goosebumps. So this is actually the Hotel Metropole today, if you visit now in 2023, and this was in 1920. So what happened during this time, when we are speaking about the time when he actually earned Solvay, actually sent a letter of invitation, and the date was 15. Oh, Mikhail, where are you from? Which country? Okay, so the thing is that he made a letter in June 15, 1911, and Ernst Solvay explained that he actually founded that idea of meeting as International Scientific Council to discuss about some current questions on molecular and kinetic theory. Remember, the letter which was written by Ernst Solvay was basically to talk about molecular and kinetic theory. And he appointed whom? The great person. Yeah, Rahat Pirzada. Very good evening. I got your WhatsApp message. I will send you the mail. So he actually appointed whom? The very famous person, Hendrik Anton Lorentz, known for Lorentz transformation, etc., who was a chairman on the first Solvay conference, and it was to be held from 30th of October to 3rd of November. So around 3-4 days time, etc., it was given. Now, this first Solvay conference actually became a kind of a turning point to science, and it actually gave away classical physics and invited quantum field for the quantum mechanics for the first time, and the entire world changed. So that is why I always tell my students and others that this Solvay conference is extremely important. We will soon see that. Don't worry. Just be there. Now, here you see on this picture, what I have given you here, Ernst Solvay was actually not present in the group. If you closely look at this picture, it is a kind of a putting his head over there. So he was not present on the first conference. That is why his head, you can appear a little bit larger than it seems to be, because his portrait was, posted on the picture. So here another important thing comes in, that Albert Einstein was the youngest physician to attend this conference. Although you will see Louis de Broglie was not among the invitees, he was accompanied by his older brother Maurice, who was acting as a scientific secretary. And legend has that in 1911, Solvay conference helped Louis de Broglie to start a career in theoretical physics. So now I won't read out, but you can just look into that. The clumsy doctoring is so funny in that picture. Solvay's head is used. Absolutely. Well done, top dog. I don't know your name, but welcome. I know you have been commenting and reading and watching my topology videos very much. So I welcome you very much. So you see on the absolutely left-hand side, if you see, I'm starting on the left corner, seated. Okay. Who is this person? William Nernst. I will just tell you the names quickly and we will come. Next to that is this William Maurice Brillant. Maurice Brillant. And then which I have circled in yellow, that is Ernest Solvay. Beside to that, it is Hendrik Lorentz, then Warburg, then Jean-Baptiste Perrin, then Wien. Then you can see Marie Curie just sitting like that, head down. The only woman to be present in this male conference, and the only woman who won Nobel Prize both in physics and chemistry. I mean to say, unimaginable. Then you see just beside him, who is this person? Can anybody tell who is sitting just beside of Marie Curie? I mean to say, on the right hand side. Any idea who is this person? I won't tell the name. I will wait for the answer. Then let me go back to the extreme left-hand side corner. This is R. Goldschmidt. Then you see Max Planck. Then on the next to then Rubens, Sommerfeld, Lindemann, and so on. You can also see Rutherford standing over there, M. de Broglie, Kunsen, and a lot of other figures. So I'm still waiting for anybody who can tell me. Okay, I'm moving out from my, I'm putting it full screen for a few seconds. Absolutely, top dog is right. It is Henri Poincaré, a typical French pronunciation, who is just beside Marie Curie. Okay, you see Paul Logeva also standing, who is considered to be the lover of Marie Curie. Wonderful history. We will come to that later. Okay, so these are the people who were invited. Lawrence as the chairman, Ernst, Rubens, Sommerfeld, Emil Warburg, Wien, Max Planck from Germany. Lord Rayleigh didn't come. You remember Rayleigh's law, that is Lord Rayleigh. Rutherford, Jeans from England. From France, it was Brillant, Logeva, Henri Poincaré, Marie Curie, and Jean-Baptiste Perrin. And then comes from Austria, Einstein, J.D. van der Waals was not present, then Ohms, then Onnes, then Martin Kunsen. And these were the few people. They were appointed as secretaries: Lindemann, Robert Goldschmidt, then Hosplett, and Edward Henson. Okay, so from here, what we see, these were the people. I mean to say, I just wanted to show you the full and final picture. Now, the question is that why was first Solvik conference conducted? This is very important for all of us to know, because this would give you an understanding of how quantum mechanics came in. So we need to understand actually that why. Yeah, Poincaré was a father of topology. Absolutely. I think you have absolutely. He was basically the father of topology, called the Poincaré conjecture, which was later proved by Grigori Perelman, one of my hero, and I adore him so much. So that is the reason. So let us actually first understand that actually why the first Solvay conference was called and what is the importance. Now you see here that this person was actually the mastermind behind first Solvay conference. Now he was Walther Nernst. He is known for this. If you have studied thermodynamics, you know that it's called Nernst-Hit theorem. So he was studying thermodynamics and quantum theory, and he thought that okay, his results were somehow matching or the thoughts of Planck and Einstein, and he was very apprehensive that he might receive a Nobel Prize. And he was enthusiastic in bringing down the community together, because remember the time that we were talking about, quantum mechanics was not quantum mechanics. I mean to say, we can find out something regarding molecular theory, kinetic theory of gases, microscopic particles, but also we cannot tell them that, okay, this is a quantum system. This is a weird system. It does not behave like classically. There was a problem in terms of classical physics and quantum mechanics. There was some sort of a discrepancy, but nobody could call it as this is quantum physics. Are you getting my point? Yeah. I heard Poincaré is the first time in nonlinear dynamics books by Stadler. Yeah, Poincaré is actually, Sandipan has got a huge contribution. I mean to say, he's called the first universalist. I think something like that. He has got enormous contribution in terms of mathematics, topology, differential geometry, whatnot. I mean to say, very less people in one lifetime actually can do what Poincaré has done. I sometimes consider to be him to be even further. Don't take me wrong, further than Einstein. I mean to say, he is unimaginable. I mean to say, how can a human being be like that? Yeah, Poincaré conjecture, absolutely, Manan Sharma. Okay, so here you see, so there was a discrepancy, and Walther Nernst somehow felt that if I feel that today, okay, let us discuss something. What I would do, I would try to bring in the stalwarts. Say, for example, Poincaré, Marie Curie, Einstein. Why? Because I will just see, guys, I have got a theory. Now you tell me whether I'm going in the right fashion or in the wrong fashion, and how are things going on. Are you getting my point? Then they would, yes, known as the last universalist, right? And then they will discuss, etc. And they will tell, yes, Shounak's theory was right, and then I will proceed. So same was going with Walther Nernst, because Walther Nernst is not as reputed as Marie Curie, Einstein, or Lorentz. So he actually got an opportunity to present her own ideas, and he tried to reconcile classical and quantum theory. Okay, so that is why it was first thought the molecular and kinetic theory of gases. That was the letter by Ernst Solvay, 1911, right? That is what happened. So what are the contributions which happened in terms of the scientists? So here you see, first was Walther Nernst, obviously, who actually formulated the Nernst-Hit theorem and helped the pave for the third law of thermodynamics. So remember, he is the person who actually paved the path for third law of thermodynamics, and eventually in 1920 he won the Nobel Prize in chemistry. That is why, for developing what is called the Nernst equation. So now when you're reading the third law of thermodynamics, remember that it is the contribution of Walther Nernst. Then we come to this a little bit unknown person called Louis Marcel Brelot. His contribution is basically in the theory of kinetic theory of gases, and it reflected in his contribution and prefaced many notes and made French term. The third law is the law of zero entropy. I think so. I just, it went off my mind. Right. So somebody can answer in the chat box also. So he worked on the theory of trides, and only one of the only French physicists invited to the, I mean to say, the Solvay conference. Next comes a very unknown figure, Hendrik Anton Lorentz. I think I don't have to tell anything. Actually, he discovered what is called the Zeeman effect, and he basically huge contribution to special theory of relativity, etc. Then comes a little bit unknown person, Emil Gabriel Wartburg. He actually was a German physicist and during his career was a professor in physics at the University of Strasbourg. And his name is notably associated with Warburg element in electrochemistry. I believe the second law is that entropy. Yes, absolutely. You are very right. It is the second law, which is the zero entropy. Next comes, I will just quickly go through it. Don't feel bored, please. Jean-Baptiste Perrin. He was a French physicist in his studies of the Brownian motion of minute particles. And he, remember, this person first verified what is called as the Einstein's explanation of the phenomena, which is called the atomic nature of matter. I mean to say sedimentation equilibrium, which is called. So he actually verified Einstein's explanation of the phenomena and therefore confirmed what is called the atomic theory of matter. For this achievement, he was actually awarded Nobel Prize in Physics in 1926. Third law is also about entropy. Yep. Okay. Do we see another person over here, William Carl Werner? He was a German physicist. He is known for heat and electromagnetism to deduce Wein's displacement law. Next comes one of the greatest women living on the surface of the earth. I tell her is because my wife told that scientists really never die. So it is better. So Marie Curie, I think I don't have to tell anything. Discovered polonium, radium, founded Curie Institute, won Nobel Prize in physics and chemistry. Amazing. Then comes this part, whose top dog was telling, Henri Poincaré. He contributed as a theoretical physicist, engineer, philosopher, polymath, science, I mean to say whatnot. He is actually considered as the father of modern topology. We come to this person, Robert Goldschmidt. He was a Belgian chemist and he actually first proposed the idea of a microfilm. You understand what is a microfilm? So Goldschmidt actually founded what is called is the microfilm. And then this great person, Max Planck, I think I really don't need to tell anything about him. Arnold Sommerfeld was also present. He actually pioneered developments in atomic and quantum physics, also educated, mentored a lot of theoretical physicists. He served actually as a doctoral supervisor for many Nobel Prize winners in physics and chemistry. So a wonderful person. Then comes Martin Kunsen, and he is basically a Danish physicist who conducted and taught research in Technical University of Denmark. Then we see this person I have already shown. I have made a video on this person who first pioneered E equals to mc squared, but made a mistake, that is known as Friedrich Hasselhoff. And then we come to James Jeans. I mean to say is an English philosopher, physicist, astronomer, and mathematician. And Jeans is actually calculated for the rate of atmospheric escape from the planet, which is called Jeans escape or Jeans law. And Ernest Rutherford, I would say New Zealander, who actually came to be known as the father of nuclear physics, and he considers his homeland. He spent substantial time in Canada and United Kingdom. And then came our very own Dr. Albert Einstein, acknowledged to be one of the greatest and most influential physicists. Now, here comes something a little bit interesting story. When Einstein came to the first Solvay conference, he was unable to secure a job. I mean to say, at the universities, he was unable to get a job. Now, he went to whom? Any guess where he went? Among all those great eminent scientists, where did Einstein went to say that please give me a job if you write me a letter of recommendation? Any idea? Please put it in the chat box. He actually went to Marie Curie. And he told that, see, I am not Max Planck. He went to Marie Curie. I will show you the letter someday. The letter that Marie Curie wrote. Wait. Why don't I do it right now? Marie Curie's letter to Einstein. This is so fascinating. I mean to say, you feel like, I mean to say, yeah, here it comes. I'll just read Marie Curie's letter to Einstein. No, this is Einstein's letter to Marie Curie. Uh, I need to find it out. I actually showed it in my video. Anyway, I don't waste time over here. If you go to my video on this Einstein's letter to Marie Curie, you will see. So Marie Curie wrote a letter to the, I think, to the chairman or the vice chancellor of a university, and told that here is some person called Albert Einstein, and he seems to get some discoveries which is going to rule the world. And I will show you the letter. Just be there. Just be there. Uh, I will just give you the. I'll just give you this one. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I have to search it out. I will send it to you. Just put up in the comment box after this session. I will send it to you. Now, Marie Curie told that, okay, so here is Einstein, and he wrote to the chancellor that if you do not have a position for this young physicist, create a position, create a chair, create a designation. I am telling that this is Einstein, and he has got really some discoveries which is going to change the world. So that was Curie's letter to recommend Einstein to get a job. And in that letter, she told that write and put up a designation. If you don't have a designation, please create that designation. And after that, when there was a lot of bad words, foul words was used between Marie Curie and Paul Logeva, because Marie Curie's husband died and they had an affair with Paul Logeva. Logeva's wife was very angry, and she threatened that she would kill Marie Curie. So they were meeting in a distant apartment, and then they remained distant. And on the first Solvay conference, again they met. And when she was returning home, Marie Curie, during an evening, suddenly she saw that her house was, surrounded by people, and they were telling that you have got an affair, we won't let you enter, all those nuisance during that time. And there was another person, if you watch my video, I will just give it to you. That person actually told that you come and stay with my at my home, because there were two young girls. Marie Curie had two girls, isn't it? Two children. So there, she stayed there, and later on things resolved. So when Marie Curie suggested that letter to Einstein, suggesting him that you should have a kind of a place, secure that place so that, I mean to say, you get a job. Then when there was a fight between these press, etc., they were telling all those foul words, the Logeva and Curie. Einstein again, wrote a letter to Marie Curie. And he told, I'm just reading just one or two lines. Highly esteemed Mrs. Curie, do not laugh at me for writing you without having anything sensible to say. But I am so enraged by the base manner in which public is presently during to concern itself with you, that I absolutely must give vent to this feeling. However, I am convinced that you consistently despise this rabble, whether it is obsequiously lavishes respect on you. And at the end, he writes that anyone who does not number among these reptiles, I mean to say, he's telling those people reptile, is certainly happy now as before. If the rabble continues, just listen to this last line. If the rabble continues to occupy itself with you, then simply don't read that hogwash, but rather leave to the reptile for whom it has been fabricated. With most amicable regards to Logeva, Pega, yours truly, Albert Einstein. History is such interesting. Anyway, so this was actually what the first Solvay conference and things were there. And this was the first time. Now you see, now we will see the importance. The importance was, it was a very small conference, 25 people. Einstein was first exposed to the public. I'm not using the word exposed negatively. I mean to say the non-German people first came to know about Einstein, because Einstein was all doing his research, etc., within Germany, Vienna, Austria, etc. And this is the first time when quantum theory was discussed right on the table. So that is why I have written classical physics and quantum theory, duality, wave and discrete packet is discussed, turning point for modern physics, turning point because quantum theory came up front, Curie's letter of recommendation from Einstein, and Solvay's was decision to sponsorship. So here you see this, that is why I tell that in spite of the discoveries of Max Planck and black body radiation, that you remember that until and unless it is discussed on the table with lot of people, lot of business person who would say that okay fine, next third, and in 2023-24 also the Solvay conferences took place, it is not being born. So when it is born, when you discuss and you think that this is a matter which will be given due importance, due relevance, and we should think and invest money on that. So that is why classical physics and quantum theory, because Walter Nurse thought that there is some kind of a problem which should be discussed, and only to discuss that, let us call all those stalwarts. It's a turning point in modern physics. Quantum theory first came up front, and Curie's letter first was to Einstein, and then Einstein helped Curie to overcome the problem. The second Solvay conference was like this. I just don't want to see. So you see on the extreme left hand side is the left hand side circle is Walter Nurst. Then you see Ernest Rutherford. Then you see Wien. Then you see J.J. Thomson. Then you see E. Warburg. And then you see Henry Cantu Lawrence. And then you see Brillat, Marcel Brillat. These were the people who were present. I'm just, making you see. The third Solvay conference actually took place in 1921 because there was a First World War. Because this is the second Solvay conference which actually happened. After that, after First World War, so there was a gap, and it took place after the Third World War. Here you can see those photographs of, this is Michelson-Morley. You remember that Michelson-Morley actually, Albert Einstein, although he had renounced German citizenship in 1901 and become a Swiss citizen, he declined his invitation to attend the conference. Remember that Albert Einstein actually did not came here in the third Solvay conference, because although he has got a Swiss citizen, maybe whatever, I don't go to want to political part, declined the invitation to attend the conference and renounced any German citizenship. Because anti-Semitism, it was prevalent during that time. Einstein accepted the invitation by Dr. Chen of the World Zionist, etc., etc. So here you see the this was Albert Michelson-Morley, that Michelson-Morley experiment. Albert Abraham Michelson, Martin Kunsen, and other people. You see Maurice de Broglie and again Marie Curie. So here are the people. Lawrence Bragg. Lawrence Bragg is actually, I don't remember the contribution of Lawrence Bragg. I think, he is known for this, crystal structures. Braggs is known for crystal structures. Then you see von Obel, I don't remember their contributions. And then Paul Ehrenfest is very important. There are a lot of letters of Albert Einstein to Paul Ehrenfest. Major contribution in the field of statistical physics, statistical mechanics. And there is something which is called Ehrenfest theorem. If you read that, you will find Ehrenfest theorem. Now here comes the most important, perhaps the world's Bragg's law. Yeah, absolutely, Manan Sharma, right. Bragg's law. Now here we come to the world's most famous figure. I see a lot of my subscribers and friends putting up this figure as in their Facebook. So here, this is actually the institute. This is the place where it happened, right? So from 24th to 29th, and you see now the subject, X-ray crystallograph W.L. Bragg discoveries. Absolutely, you're right. I was just remembering that it was something related to crystal structure. Top Dog is right on the point. Thank you, Top Dog. If you just tell me your name, I don't have to call you by this name, Top Dog. I really don't like to call you like that. Crystals and molecules. Please type out your name. I would appreciate. Now you see, fifth Solvay conference was electrons and photons. That means now we are totally into the quantum world, which started in earlier with the first Solvay conference, right? Here he told that God does not play dice. Why? Because this was the time when Einstein was not agreeing to those entanglement and those weird phenomena of quantum physics. And Bohr told that Einstein stopped telling God what to do. Because Niels Bohr was a quantum physicist, so he was agreeing to those things. Yeah, n lambda equal to 2d sine theta. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, absolutely. So 17 of 29 attendees won the Nobel Prize. Oh, your name is Alistair. Yeah, I don't have to use your silly username. Alistair. Okay. I remember the author, Alistair MacLean. He used to write a lot of beautiful things. Yes, that is a good reply from Bohr. Yeah, Alistair MacLean. A lot of Texas, those I used to read in young days. So 17 out of 29 people won the Nobel Prize. Amazing. And it was hard to imagine that a more brilliant group of people in the same room together were out of. Now you see here, I have drawn this figure on myself. Now we know God plays dice because the world runs on probability. Yeah, and to some extent. Now here you see this one which I have underlined. I have made my own research. Again, I might be wrong. Okay, I wish that I could travel to this place one day with my family, and I will just stand there and feel the eternal vibes of those 17 Nobel laureates standing at one place. So I have just marked it in red, because if you see this place, and if you see this place, say for example, yeah, this wall, this box, etc., and if you zoom this one, you will find the same thing. So I mean to say, it is my guess, it can be wrong, that this is exactly the location where all these 29 people were standing. Okay, so this is the famous figure. Create a wallpaper, purchase a wallpaper, put it on your FB board, put it on your whatever the way you can. This will not repeat itself, and this is just amazing. And here are those pictures. Albert Einstein, who not? I mean, say, amazing things. So these are some of the collages which I have made from 1911 to 1913, and you see a gap between 1913 to 1921 due to the First World War. 27, 30, 33. We move on to 61, 64, 67, 2011, 2014, 2017, and the 29th Solvay Conference on Physics. The structure of dynamics of disordered system will be held. I mean to say, when I made this video, it was earlier. So I have written will be held on 19 to 21st of October. You can check on the website how was the conference, because this is December. So 19 to 21st of October is already being done, and it was done by invitations only. So that's all for today's lecture. I hope you all really enjoyed. Please do put up your comments after I end this session. This was the culmination, the thought, the idea, the amalgamation of scientists. Now you have to just give me a second so that I can give you something very important to you. Just be there on the line. I'm just sending you a link. Just be there. I will just give you a very important link. The history will be much better if you just go through that this part, because I am unable to tell all those points right over here. Just hold on. I know you might be busy or going out. Let me just go back to this. I think I got here. Where it is. Just a second. I will just try to find it out right away here. Physics for students. Yeah, I got it. It's just a short selection. You can watch it here. Here I have given it, right? Just take this link, please copy and paste it. Whenever you get time, you can watch it. Sumi is telling, great, thank you, sir. So just copy Sumi and those links. This is where you will come to know a little bit more about the first Solvay conference, but this is mostly a very motivational kind of a video, which is between the letter of Marie Curie and Einstein. But I have spoken a lot about Marie Curie's life itself. Who was Marie Curie, her contribution, death of her husband, then how the friendship between Curie and Einstein solidified, and what Curie wrote to, actually Einstein wrote to Curie, and how things taken up. So if you're a woman, I don't know, I think Sumi would be there. If you're a woman and if you're watching this live session and you think that you are still being criticized by your parents, family, that do not take up, or you have gotten, take up science or anything related to your affair, husband, etc., and you get a criticism in 2023, which is just a few days to 2024, don't worry, because Marie Curie even got criticism from the society. So we as human beings who love science and mathematics should be taking away all those criticism and follow our love for physics and mathematics. We need a supporter. Einstein supported Curie. I think somebody else will support you. So don't worry about criticism. Don't worry about society. Don't worry about man-woman relation. It is your strive, your passion, and your love towards this language and physics and mathematics that will take you forward. If you feel there was an old Hollywood movie about Marie Curie. Yes, I think I have checked it once where there was a speech which was given to Marie Curie. I have seen that in YouTube, but not fully. Thank you for recommending this. So just watch this, you will feel motivated and you won't ever feel that I am being criticized. I am being criticized by society and everything. If Marie Curie can get criticized, and she can overcome, you can also do that. So I think this video which I have given will help you to understand how things go ahead. I heard that Boltzmann's idea of treating things discretely had an influence on Max Planck's quanta. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen a video with English subtitles on YouTube. Yeah, so I would say, Alistair, once this session, I'm just ending in a few minutes, please do put up that link which you have seen in YouTube, okay, in this comment box, and I will pin it, that suggestion from Alistair. Please go ahead and watch it, because I think later when people watch this video, your this kind of a educative video will also be important. So please put up in the comment box and mention me that this is the video which where Boltzmann's idea of treating materials as quanta is important. Thank you, Alistair, for joining in. If you tell me from which part of the world you are joining, I would be very happy. So I would be back. I thought that I would take a rest today, but I could not, because this was a very interesting subject, and I'm sure all of you has really enjoyed this thing. So thank you very much. Saturday we are coming with Professor Arun Pati regarding podcast. 31st, I've got a webinar on Einstein's general relativity, and we will go on and go on and go on learning physics and mathematics. Don't worry about society and criticism. This video which I will give you a motivation, and now you got a clear idea. I'm cut out there a minute. Great. May I know you know my name? I'm Alistair from West England, UK. Okay, fine. From UK. Okay. So suggest me a book on complex number of quantum physics. Get in touch with me, Rick, through my email ID or WhatsApp. I will do that. I will definitely have a series of videos on complex number. If you go to my playlist on mathematics of quantum physics, you will find a lot of videos exactly on what you have told. Complex number for quantum physics. And if you want book, I will also do that. Get in touch with me. Maybe today I will go to sleep, not feeling well. Tomorrow morning, I will let you know. Thank you very much for all your participation. I think that you have liked the video. I will wait for your comments, because I thought this is an unknown history of Solvay conference, which actually pioneered the triumph and the glory of quantum physics. Thank you very much, and may the good Lord be with you.